WHNZ AM, its staff, management, or parent company, Clear Channel Communications Incorporated.
Welcome to the Caregiver Hour on 1250 WINS WHNZ, offering support for those who care for a loved one. A show that cares about you and supports and encourages you, the caregiver. Here's your host, Kim Linder.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Caregiver Hour radio show. I'm having this little cute mask up because my husband surprised me for my 60th birthday, and as I opened the door to the room where everyone had this mask up, and I was just shocked. I was full of joy. And I just kept bouncing up and down like, okay, now we're going to have a party and celebrate this big birthday. And, you know, it just you know, this show brings me such joy. Even though we talk about some hard topics, it still does. And there's still a lightness to any heaviness that we have. There's always that contrast for me. And I hope it works for you as a caregiver. If you're having a tough morning, we want you to lighten up with us because we're having a great show on humor in caregiving, lighten up the mood. And I am just so thrilled to have wonderful guests to help me celebrate this Monday with you. It's really about creating that balance in your life, you know, having the stress, having the challenges, having the tension, almost burnout moment, and be able to shifting it maybe to a lighter, to see maybe the absurdity of a situation where you can now maybe laugh about it or just chuckle or just say, oh, hold up your arms and just say, I just give up at this moment. And just have a lighter mood, because once you do that, everything shifts. Everything moves to where you want it to go. And that could be in a fun moment, in a humorous moment, in a really looking at it more objectively, more expansively than just what's in front of us. And I know in caregiving, we have a tendency to have that funnel vision because we're so focused on our loved one and the care that they need and the decisions you need to make and the relationships you need to deal with to make that all happen, to get through every moment of every day. Well, we want to talk about humor and maybe kind of bringing that in as you are trying to make some of those tough decisions. So we're not taking anything away from the seriousness or necessarily the hardness of what you're doing or the difficultness, but we want to shift it a little for you. We want to bring the lightness for it and to you, because that again just refuels you, helps you create that balance. That's the part that can nourish you. And even if you're watching, you know, a movie, pick something that's funny, pick something that's going to kind of tickle you a little, lighten it. Maybe you do cry, but maybe there's some tears of joy and happiness, not just sadness. And so I hope I can inspire you today with my wonderful guests. We have Linda Burhans, caregiver advocate at Harmony Home Health, and Joye Swisher, who is our clown and owner at International Threads, LLC. And Joye Swisher is really such a joy, and whoever named her and her family just knew exactly what they were talking about. And then they added the letter E to it at the end, which just kind of makes you smile because it's so joy, and because she is so unique. And Linda Burhans has some wonderful caregiver stories. She runs, I don't know how many support groups in this community. If you are a caregiver and you're looking for help, you need to go to Linda's support group. She does phenomenal work, and she's here today live in the studio. So if you have a question for Linda, who is this caregiver advocate, you certainly want to call us today. Toll free during the show is 1-877-897-8255. Linda is a wealth of information, and she's been a caregiver herself for her mother and has written a book. And she's going to be coming on and really talking really about some humorous stories that come up in her support groups. If you're looking for a support group, we recommend that you do go to our website, thecaregiverhour.com. That's THE, caregiver, hour, HOUR.com, and look under events, and there is a schedule of all of Linda's support groups. and also other events that are happening around the Tampa Bay area. So I've had a great weekend, a lot of laughter, a lot of great stories people had to tell of how they knew me and how they're celebrating, how they want me to celebrate my 60th birthday month, year, and how there's so many people turning 60 this year. I bumped into them at some event on Friday when we were celebrating the Area Agency on Aging, Pasco, Pinellas County, and there's like a bunch of us. And so I said we should have a lunch and all celebrate being 60 together. So I've got to follow up with Helen King to do that with her. She said there's a bunch of them turning 60. So we're all 1954 babies. So I want to really also just mention the helpline because someone called this weekend who really needs so much support, and I will be getting back in touch with him. People call me with all different situations. Sometimes it's one conversation, sometimes it's many, and that's okay because that's what this helpline is here for you. So I'm going to give you that number in case you are someone who has a question or a concern or wants to get connected to maybe one of our wonderful experts who are on Kim's preferred list. My toll-free number for my helpline is 1-877-552-4950. This is a must-have number if you are a caregiver. You could be a caregiver actively now, or you kind of see it coming down the road, or maybe you've been a caregiver already and you're thinking, I still could use a little support. I'm maybe grieving, or I am still stuck with a relationship, someone who, I still have some difficulty with, or maybe, I just want to celebrate someone and talk to someone about that, who's not a family member or a friend. That's where I'm a perfect person for you to come, who you want to have come into your life at this time. Again, it's 1-877-552-4950. I have some really cute quotes that I pulled up before the show, and I thought, got to put my number in correctly, right? Let me try again. This could be humorous right here. I'm trying to do the code. Okay, so here we have Audrey Hepburn. There's a quote from her about laughter. I love people who make me laugh. I honestly think it's the thing I like the most, to laugh. It cures a multitude of ills. It's probably the most important thing in a person. And I know when we were younger and we were dating, we wanted someone who was handsome and, maybe had a career going, or, just had his, head on straight. And, now that I'm 60, I'm so grateful that my husband has a great sense of humor, because I'd say when there are women who are single and in my age group and they're looking to maybe have a companion or another husband, the humor is like the number one. So being humorous can be very sexy. And so you don't always have to have a full head of hair, or you don't have to necessarily have, beautiful skin or, a really perfect body. But if you can make a woman laugh, you are on the right course. So I'm just giving you some hints out there that women love to laugh. And another really great quote is by Oscar Wilde, and he said, if you want to tell people the truth, make them laugh, otherwise they'll kill you. So you've got some choices there. Again, that contrast of laughing or crying or doing both. So we are going to have you really come and be a part of this great show today. Again, humor and caregiving, lighten up the mood. We have Linda Burhans, caregiver advocate at Harmony Home Health. And their website, if you want to check them out while you're watching the show, is www.harmonyhh.com. And Joye Swisher, who's Ting, the clown, and owner at International Threads, LLC. So there's many lives to these women, and they want to share them with you today in a humorous type of way. Again, our toll-free number, if you want to call with your questions or comments, is 1-877-897-8255. We are so thrilled that you have joined us today, and we're very grateful. And maybe you have a funny story you'd like to share with us. We would love to hear it. But if you are just wanting to sit back and listen to the show or maybe watch us, you're welcome to do that. Again, our toll-free number, if you have any questions or comments, is 1-877-897-8255. Join us in the fun. There's so much to laughter. So we're going to try this again. I might have a really cute quote another cute quote. Let's see. Oh, Robert Frost said, if you couldn't laugh, we would all go insane. And I think that can be absolutely true when you're going through caregiving. That totally happens. And then we've got a great laughter and tears are both responses to frustration and exhaustion. And that's very relatable to caregiving. I myself prefer to laugh since there is less cleaning to do afterward. That's someone who's probably thrown some things out around the room. Now, what about this one? I thought this one was beautiful, and this is by Ralph Waldo Emerson, a poet, and he said the earth laughs in flowers, and perhaps that's something that you do as well. So stay with this. I'm Kim Linder, your host of the Caregiver Hour radio show. Stay with us on 1250 WINS WHNZ.
Caregiving can be an overwhelming and stressful experience. Aston Gardens, Tampa Bay's premier senior living community, is excited to be able to support those who care for others. Please join them the third Thursdays of the month at 5:30 p.m. to learn creative problem-solving techniques and caregiving ideas from others who have been in your shoes. Aston Gardens specializes in independent living, assisted living, and memory care. Chosen for the third year in a row by the U.S. Commerce Association for the Best of Tampa Bay Award in residential care. Call 813-855-2811 or visit astongardens.com for more info.
I'm Mike Lavoie with Beacon Asset Management. While 30 years of experience in financial services may have prepared me to be a certified financial planner, no amount of planning could have prepared me for the stress of being a caregiver. The financial planning my dad and I did when my mother became ill made caring for her bearable. At Beacon, we are committed to helping you take care of your financial needs so you can take care of your loved ones. Give us a call at 813-269-0732. 813-269-0732.
Caregivers, are you worried about mom or dad needing more care? How do you know when it's time to get help? Since 2004, Harmony Home Health has helped seniors in Tampa Bay find joy in their journey. You'd be amazed at how just a little bit of care can go a very long way. From just once in a while to every day of the week, your loved ones experience independence, safety, and dignity wherever they call home, and your whole family experiences harmony. With Harmony Home Health, you are not alone. You can trust their family to take care of yours. Call 727-723-7532 or visit their website at harmonyhh.com/Kim.
Injured in a car accident or suffering from back and joint pain for a while? Clearly, you need to see a doctor. Call Dr. Ben, a chiropractor with 25 years experience. He listens, he cares, he gets results. His common sense approach? Coaching patients to be self-sufficient and less doctor-dependent. Let's face it, there are many things you can do to improve your health. Call Dr. Ben at 727-488-8044. Mention the Caregiver Hour radio show for a free examination. 727-488-8044. Dr. Ben, your coach to better health. 727-488-8044.
Your home is where you feel relaxed, safe, and secure. Arcadia Home Care understands that you want to maintain that freedom and independence, even though you may be recuperating from an injury, illness, or simply require a little support with daily activities of living. You create a plan for your life as you envision it, and you can rest assured Arcadia will provide companionship, personal care, housekeeping, shopping, and errands, or whatever you need. They deliver their services with compassion, dependability, and professionalism. Their caregivers are screened, bonded, and insured, and must meet rigorous hiring standards, so you are confident you're receiving the best care possible for you or your loved one. Visit ArcadiaHomeCare.com or call St. Petersburg at 727-579-9414 to schedule your free in-home assessment and learn how Arcadia can enhance your quality of life while helping you stay at home and healthier longer. Call Arcadia Home Care, 727-579-9414, providing quality services since 1978.
The Caregiver Hour on 1250 WINS WHNZ. It's about taking care of yourself while you take care of others. Here's your host, Kim Linder.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Caregiver Hour radio show. If you just tuned in, you tuned into a great show. We're going to be talking about humor and caregiving. Yes, it can be part of the caregiving circle. It could be part of your holistic approach to caregiving, is bringing laughter in to help create the balance and nourish yourself and really bring, just a lighter sense of caregiving. And it doesn't happen all the time, but just if you can integrate that somehow, be part of your caregiving journey, that would be fabulous for you and for the others around you, including the one that you're caring for. So humor and caregiving lighten up the mood. I'm so thrilled to have Linda Burhans back back as our guest. She is a caregiver advocate and a support group leader in our community. If you are someone looking to how to start a support group, you need to call Linda Burhans. She is extraordinary, and she touches so many people's lives. So we're so thrilled to have her with us today. So Linda, welcome to the Caregiver Hour radio show.
Joyful and grateful to be here.
As always.
As always.
So tell us what's happening in your life that's joyful.
Oh, everything's joyful in my life. And what's really joyful is when I see my caregivers laugh. I did a support group last week, and I think we laughed through the entire group, because we as human beings do some pretty silly things, especially in our caregiving experiences.
Yes.
And once one would reveal what they did, well, then another one didn't feel bashful about saying what they did. You know, like, I was holding my dad by the back of his pants, you know, while he tried to do a little golfing in the backyard. But, you know, not does laughter and humor can be a part of your caregiving experience. It needs to be a part of your caregiving experience, because it's a tough road.
Yep.
And if you can't laugh, I don't know how you're going to handle it. I have two women that regularly come to my support group. They're each taking care of their moms, and they have something they call Ha-Ha Wednesday. So on every Wednesday, the two women get their moms, and they go to either or one of the other person's house, and they have lunch, and then they watch I Love Lucy movies.
Oh, my gosh.
She said, and the best thing is, because they have such a, like I said, it's Ha-Ha Wednesday, they have a great Wednesday, but then on Thursday, they're still talking about it. And on Friday, they're still talking about it.
That's great.
So I thought, what a great way, and to share the laughter. You know, it's much more fun laughing with a few people than by yourself.
You know, before we go into more of the conversation about humor, why don't we give our listeners and our viewers an opportunity to understand what Harmony Home Health does for our community?
Well,
and for caregivers.
Harmony Home Health, we're really, really focused on caregivers. One of the most wonderful things that will happen is we'll go into a client's house, and the client will finally decide it's time to get some help with mom or dad or their spouse, because you know the caregivers, they always think it's just their responsibility.
Yes.
And they'll finally make that decision. And if our nurse or our social worker that is there doing that assessment sees that the caregiver is like ready to jump out the window, they'll ask me to call them, and I'll call a day or two later and say, you know, I'm so glad that you got help for mom or dad or your spouse. Now, how can I help you? And they're like, oh, someone wants to help me?
Mm-hmm. It's great.
You know, and because caregivers are dying before the people they're taking care of.
Yes.
So we really need to help the caregivers, and Harmony is focused on that in a lot of ways, and Harmony is focused on a lot of other things too, like pet therapy and healing arts therapy. So we're a little out-of-the-box kind of company.
So if anyone is looking for some help,
yes.
It could be, why don't you give them the different areas of help that you provide?
The most important thing is to know with Harmony is there are no certain amount of hours that you have to use us. Okay. You can use us for 1 hour if you want. Okay. Many other companies, they'll say you have to have a 3-hour minimum. Maybe you only need us for an hour. But we can help with bathing. We can help with meal prep. We can help with med management. We can help with companionship. We have one caregiver that goes to a client's house once a month and plays chess for 3 hours. And it's just a delightful thing that makes that person's day.
That's wonderful, Linda. Thank you for helping clarify that, because there are maybe some caregivers out there that are looking for some help for their family members today.
Well, I think many caregivers don't even understand what a home health care company does, and I didn't understand myself until I had to use one with my mom for a short period of time. I said, oh my goodness, there's somebody that'll do that?
Yes. So why don't we give them your phone number so that we can share that?
727-723-7532, or they can go to the website, which is www.harmonyhh.com. A wealth of information. I do a weekly blog on there. Please let us help any way we can.
That sounds great. So let's get back to the benefits of laughter. What would you say they are, Linda?
Well, first of all, it definitely helps with your blood flow. Just physically, it helps with your blood flow, because it causes the tissue that forms in the inner lining of your blood vessels to expand. I also read that recently there was a study by the Osaka University Graduate School of Medicine, and they said that after some tests, they found that laughter lowers blood pressure as much as cutting back on salt.
Wow.
That is huge.
Yes.
That is huge. You know, so many times we take so many different kinds of medication to try to heal ourselves.
Yes.
When something just like laughter can help a lot. You know, you're really into that holistic approach, as I am.
Yes.
Because it makes such a big difference. I have a friend who says laughter is like jogging on the inside.
Mm.
And it definitely is, because your whole body moves.
Yes.
And you just feel good.
Absolutely.
Even if you're laughing when you're crying.
Right.
Which
That's
happens on occasion.
Before. Right.
Like I said with that support group where everybody would laugh through the group, you would never know that it was a place where people were grieving.
That's such a gift that you're giving them, Linda, is the opportunity and the setting and the camaraderie to be able to do that. Because I could just picture, because I'm very visual, and I just picture them all around that table, one person telling the story and then the other person saying, okay, I've got one too. And it's just kind of going down the line. So do you think any of your caregivers feel guilty about laughing?
I don't think so. I think a lot of the caregivers that I know have been with me for a while now, and the new ones get welcomed very easily. And I think they really have found that they don't need to take themselves so seriously.
Right. Or the situation always so seriously.
Right.
It doesn't always have to have the same intensity.
But, it's like I've said before, many times caregivers come back to my groups after their loved one passes away.
Right.
And their biggest complaint is that they were too task-orientated, that they didn't take that time to have some fun, to have some conversation. They're just worried about, the meds, the rehab, the food, the doctor's appointments or whatever. Where if they could put on their schedule the Ha-Ha Wednesday or that time just to bring some children in. Because children know how to laugh easy.
Yes.
Easy. They're laughing all day long. So, I love to bring children into situations. Sometimes I speak to youth groups also. So sometimes I'll hook up some of my kids from the youth groups with some of my caregivers' loved ones. And you see an elder person's eyes light up as soon as a kid comes in the room. And if a kid starts laughing, it just changes the whole situation about everything. Mm-hmm.
It really does. At my party, and again, I just want to thank my friends and family who were part of this birthday party, the celebration. But I'm up on the stage to thank everyone, and my granddaughter comes up, and who's 5, and she's like, I'm ready to do my dance now. And I'm like, okay. So all of a sudden, we're all looking at Maddie doing her Irish jig, and it was just adorable. But it made everyone laugh because she just was so impromptu, and she was definitely in the moment, and I'm here, I've arrived, and we all watched her. It was great.
That is great.
So we're going to have you come back, Linda, after the show to kind of wrap up and maybe talk about laughter, the sign of how laughter really can help people feel more love in their life for themselves and for their loved one. But next we are going to have Joye Swisher is going to be here, and she is dressed up as a clown at TING, and she's going to be talking all about that. But before we go, I just want to talk again about, just how helpful Harmony Home Health has been in my life for my family and for my loved ones when I needed them. So again, I do encourage you to visit their website, harmonyhh.com. We'll be right back with you. I'm Kim Linder. You're listening to the Caregiver Hour on 1250 WINS WHNZ.
From the Simpson Air Studios, this is 1250 WINS WHNZ, Tampa Bay, an iHeart radio station.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
So I knew it was important to have life insurance to protect our family, but I was putting it off. But then yesterday, a girlfriend of mine asked me, point blank, what would happen if you lost your husband? How would you pay the bills? The mortgage? The car payments? Food? And that's when it really hit me, and I realized I needed to get us life insurance right now. So I called AIG Direct, and in less than 5 minutes, I had a quote. I was shocked at how affordable it is. Now just $14 a month for $250,000 of term life coverage. I feel so much better knowing the kids and I are protected. And my husband was so happy I got the quote.
Save up to 70% when you get term life insurance through AIG Direct. Call now for a free, no-obligation quote. It only takes 5 minutes, and you could save up to 70%. 1-800-294-6051. That's 1-800-294-6051. Call 1-800-294-6051.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes, the real estate quarterback here. I am so proud of all of you who continue to reach out and get advice on your real estate. Look, the housing market has been on a run. Now, maybe you've gained some equity, or maybe you're underwater and you're back to having equity again. Do you know an appraisal on your home costs $500? You probably know that. You bought a home. You had to pay it before, even if it was mixed in your closing cost. If you want to refinance, you got to get a $500 appraisal. We have a limited time offer that we can do for 10 listeners today only. 10 listeners are going to get a free property valuation, learn what the value of your home is, and learn what options you have, whether it's refinancing, moving up into a bigger, better home. If you just text the word value, I'm going to give you a free property valuation. Text the word value to 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. And never forget, no matter what your real estate or finance question is, I am here to help you. I am here to build Tampa Bay's real estate market one listener at a time. RealEstateRadioTampa.com.
Need AC? Call Simpson Air, the coolest guys in town. Log on to thecoolestguys.com.
This report is brought to you by Empire Turf. Ready to upgrade your lawn? Make the switch to Empire Turf. Empire Turf is the proven Swisher grass and has been the standard in Florida for over a decade. Empire Turf is chinch bug resistant and drought tough. For a lawn that will wow the neighborhood, get Empire Turf. For where to buy, visit empireturf.com.
From the Bright House Network's traffic center, an accident westbound on I-4 west of McIntosh near mile marker 12 is all off to the side. Still have a crash being investigated on the service road alongside northbound I-75 between US 301 and the Selman. Got a wreck on Lithia Pinecrest past Stearns Road and an accident in St. Pete at 46th Avenue North and 78th Way. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Utica Hillsborough traffic tip line at 866-545-9595.
12:50 winds, Weather Center forecast. Highs in the low 80s this afternoon. Got there before noon. 82 Brandon, Zephyr Hills. 84 reported Bradenton. Clearwater up to 80. 79 in Tampa. Slight chance of showers throughout the later portion of the day. We'll see some winds pick up. Also low down to 70, and that's about our high for tomorrow. We'll see low 70s, near 70 for the high. Cloudy, rainy, and windy. And eventually see a cool day on Wednesday with upper 60s getting back to near 80 by Friday. Wall Street today, Dow's down 109, Nasdaq off 26, the S&P index spread 10, Dow to 16,302.
It's the Caregiver Hour on 1250 Wins WHNZ with encouragement, guidance, and support for caregivers. Here's your host, Kim Linder.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're ready because I am. I cannot wait to bring Joye Swisher, who is Ting the Clown and owner at Intentional Threads. So without further ado, I want to welcome Joye Swisher to our show.
Hi.
Hi, Joye.
How are you?
Should I call you Ting?
Yes.
All right, Ting, you look beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
Radiant.
Yeah,
You're
lots of color.
Yeah, lots of color.
Lots of color.
We're so thrilled to have you here today, Ting. So tell us how you got your name.
Oh, goodness. Ting is something. Sometimes she's something else. Actually, Ting is a tropical clown. Okay. And the name came from a grapefruit soda that's down in the islands. But if you think of a conductor and you're watching the symphony, and every once in a while he will point to someone in the back that will pull up that triangle, and you'll hear ting, ting, ting. And, you may not think it means that much, but if it was left out of that composition, it would not be the same composition. So you don't need the ting all the time. Just sometimes.
Well, we need you here today.
I'm here.
And we're thrilled. So, Ting, I've seen you perform before. And I think that what you want to really bring today during our conversation is the difference between an entertaining clown and a caring clown. So can you help us have an understanding about that?
I went to clown college in 2000 at Hospice, and it was in connection with Comedy Connection, which was at that time with Morton Plant. Now we've pulled away from both. And the caring clowns are the softer, gentler clowns. You will notice that my face makeup is not as fully expressed. I don't have the white muzzle on that the big clowns wear. And it's also the understanding that there's a lot of people afraid of clowns. Yes. And you can sense that anytime you get near them. So we're sensitive to that we don't approach someone right in their face. And when we go to see them, whether it's in a nursing home, an ALF, or their private home, or even the hospital, we're careful, even if the door is open, to knock on the door first and then ask, would you like a clown visit? And then when we walk in, only after they give us permission, we stand still for a moment so they can fully take in we're a clown.
Right.
We get eye level with them. And we do things like little puppets. And want to make sure that we're right eye level with them.
Okay.
And that we do things a little gentler. We're not so loud. We don't wear large costumes. We don't even wear clown shoes.
Okay.
Because it would get in the way.
All
You've
right.
got equipment in a lot of rooms.
But yet you still wear enough to make it that you're a clown.
Got the red nose on.
Yes, I do. And that hair, I love it. It's just great.
It's as curly as yours.
It is. Sometimes when I'm doing my hair, I feel like a little like a clown. I really do. It's time to get a haircut.
Actually, I had the privilege to clown with Linda Burhans' mother.
Wow.
Yes.
And Linda, and that's really how we first met.
Exactly.
That's wonderful. So how long ago was that?
That was in December of 2007. It was the day before my mom passed away.
Oh, my God. So you were there with hospice as a clown, as a caring clown?
As a caring clown.
And that's how we met.
And is that something your mother requested, or is that something you felt like she would want?
No, they just stopped and knocked on the door.
Oh, how nice.
And asked if they'd like a clown visit.
Wow.
She was like, yeah, come in with my daughters. They're a bunch of clowns. Why not? Let's have another one in the room.
That's a sweet introduction. So that's nice to hear. That's nice because it comes really full circle.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, it really does. So I think that if we've got a caregiver out there right now, Joy, what would you like to say to them as Ting?
Remember to add the little special. There's magic in everyone's life. And I've got this great little thing. Sometimes you need extra little tools to lighten things up. So if you have something that makes a noise, if you have a giggle box or something like that, then that makes it, it lightens everything up quite a bit. And it makes the person that you are caring for lighten up too. Here's another one, and this is called a happy pill.
I love that one.
Oh, that's precious.
I use that one in my office when things get a little tough. I have one of those sitting on my desk.
Absolutely. And I have one caregiver that when I call him, because he has caller ID, when he sees it's me calling, he will hit, that's how he answers his phone for me. And he says it makes him feel better. It lightens things up.
Yeah.
So you have that opportunity to find the magic every day. Sometimes it takes us a little longer to look for it.
Yeah, that's true. What if we have a person, a family caregiver or a professional caregiver who wants to know more about becoming a caring clown? When was the first time you knew this is where your path was to be?
Oh, wow. We were, it was the night before graduation, and we were doing clown rounds at a nursing facility. And we were on first. We did skits in a community room. And then when you do the blow off, the end, and you go out of the room so the next clowns can come on, we were peeping through the windows at the next skit, and there was a lady with a walker that came by, and she stopped. Of course, I'm pretty colorful.
Yes.
So she stopped and looked at me, and I said, hello, and she smiled. And I said, you're awful pretty. And she said, thank you. The activities director grabbed my arm with her mouth wide open. I'm like, oh my goodness, did I do something wrong?
Right.
And she said, that person has had a stroke and she hasn't spoken in 3 months.
Oh, wow.
So something that we did, the color, the energy, the laughter, or the fact that I told her she was awful pretty.
Right.
Something connected with her.
Yes. Because when was the last time maybe someone said that to her?
And
you're not expected. And then, so you're not expected. And then you say something that's she's not expecting. How that touched her.
And when I went back later to take calendars at Christmas time, I asked about her. And she was still a resident, and she was now saying 1 or 2 word sentences about every day, they told me. So it was a way for her to reconnect that brain.
Wow.
You never know.
Yes.
The only time we have are those few minutes that we have for someone.
Right.
And that's it. And the best gift that a caring clown can ever give is the gift of self. Give them that memory. Make that connection, because that's what it's all about.
It really is. So if someone is interested in becoming a clown, what would be the best way for you to guide them?
We have Clown College coming up.
Okay.
It starts June 5th.
Okay, good.
It's going to be at Largo Medical Center.
Okay.
They have invited us to come in. They're going to host this college. It's an 8-week class. And they can go to comedyconnection@gmail.com and get information, or they can call me at 727-254-3515.
Okay, so let's talk about the college a little more.
Okay.
It's 8 weeks, you said?
Uh-huh.
And is it once a week? How long is it for?
It's once a week. It's from 5 to 8 p.m.
Okay.
And instead of teaching the traditional clowns like the Whiteface, the Auguste, and the Tramp, I teach you from the very first night to look at your face. Because it's where those wonderful smile lines you have, that's where your face expresses.
Okay.
That's where the makeup needs to go.
Embrace
those wrinkles, honey.
Sounds like a plan.
And then we teach you how to enter a room.
Okay.
We teach you, of course, universal precautions and how to take care of your costuming and all of your props. We help you become the clown that you already are. We all have clowns inside us.
We're all funny and goofy, huh?
Basically, I give adults permission to play.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that must be so joyful. Now, how do you decide on a name? Like, that would be kind of like, what would be my name? Like, how do people do that?
Some people come in already knowing what their name is. I did not.
Mm-hmm.
When I went through Clown College, that kind of evolved as my clown evolved. I thought I was going to be a prissy white-faced clown.
Oh.
Nah. Ting is kind of genderless.
Yes.
And ageless. So that's also a bonus as you're turning 60 to become something that's ageless.
I like that. That thought. That's a good one. I want to embrace that one. And so have you used your skills through caring in your everyday life?
I have.
Mm-hmm.
I have. And caring for my husband in the beginning when he first had the stroke was one of the nurses that came was a little rough with him. So what I did is I brought him a giggle teddy bear, and you push the belly and it giggles.
Okay.
And then I watched him, when that particular nurse came in, he would push the belly of the teddy bear. And it did change.
Oh, I bet.
It makes a difference because if their professional caregivers are having a good day, their care is going to be better.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And we were talking about that from the very beginning, about that shift, about laughter shifting so much energy like it did for that woman who, spoke after 3 months, and for the nurse who was taking care of your husband. What a great idea. If you're a caregiver and you've got, there's someone in your life, either that you have to talk to on the phone, like you had said you have that giggle, or if you have someone in a hospital or a nursing home and they have a rough time with someone, have that giggle piece there. That's a great idea. So if you want to get in touch with Joy, you want to reach out to her, why don't you give your number again?
It is 727-254-3515.
We want you to stay with us. We've got more coming up, again, about humor and some other events that are happening in our community. I'm Kim Linder. You're listening to the Caregiver Hour on 1250 Wins WHNZ.
St. Joseph's John Knox Village of Tampa Bay, Tampa's premier retirement community, is part of the Baycare Health System. John Knox Village is known for its successful aging lifestyle, along with spacious apartments. John Knox Village offers a wide range of activities to fill one's life spiritually, physically, mentally, educationally, and nutritionally. In addition, every level of care is available to meet the needs of the aging population. John Knox Village, comfortable, casual, and secure for life. To schedule a tour, call 1-800-272-5669.
Caring for an elderly parent or a loved one with special needs can be challenging, stressful, and frustrating. If you need help finding the best professionals in the field of home care, legal advice, integrated practitioners, respite care, or a great support group, call the Caregiver Helpline at 1-877-552-4950. That's 1-877-552-4950. It's a free service provided by the Caregiver Resource Network. Call 1-877-552-4950 or go to thecaregiverhour.com. Hi, it's Kim Linder from the Caregiver Hour. I want to tell you about an attorney in Clearwater that I have known for over 7 years. His name is Bill Rambaum, and I have referred many families to him for his legal expertise. Bill is one of less than 100 attorneys to be evaluated by the Florida Bar and become certified as a specialist in elder law. His 30 years of experience and impeccable credentials make him one of the most highly regarded legal experts in our area. Give Bill a call today at 727-781-5357 or visit RambaumLaw.com. Non-attorney spokesperson.
Caregiving has gotten harder and more complicated, even as families have more and more demands on their time. That's why AARP is here to help caregivers with the tools, information, and support they need to care for their loved ones and themselves. Check out aarp.org/caregiving to connect with other caregivers like yourself and find the resources you need. Visit the AARP Caregiver Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
If you or a loved one experience bladder control problems, here's important news.
For more than 5 years now, the nice ladies at the Caregiver Partnership have taken the time to understand my needs, suggest the best choices of bladder control products for me, and always get the right product delivered to my door fast and with free shipping.
To get started, simply call 800-985-1353 for your free catalog and $60 in coupons. Many people just like you trust the Caregiver Partnership for convenient home delivery of bladder control products, and they have more than 500 to choose from. Call now. The call is free, shipping is free, and your satisfaction is guaranteed.
The Caregiver Partnership treats me like family and really knows their stuff, and they keep my business private.
Call 1-800-985-1353 now to receive your free catalog with $60 in coupons. That's 1-800-985-1353. Call now. The voice in the preceding advertisement is not the voice of an actual customer. The Caregiver Hour on 1250 Wins WHNZ. It's about taking care of yourself while you take care of others. Here's your host, Kim Linder.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this fabulous, funny, humorous Caregiver Hour radio show. No serious frowns on our faces today. We're kind of lighten the mood with our wonderful guest, Linda Burhans from Harmony Home Care and Harmony Home Health, and then also Joye Swisher, who is Ting the Clown, who is something else. If you tell me, I think she's very special. But before we get back to our guests, I do want to remind you we have so many events listed on our website. You know, we try to be. It's called Caregiver. My parent company is Caregiver Resource Network, and that's really taking all the events, everything, and bringing it all together for you, all the professionals, the experts, the support, the advice, the blogs like Linda was talking about. We have so many different articles, and of course all the different shows are all on our website, thecaregiverhour.com or Caregiver Resource Network, where we have two different website ways of you getting to us. But if you have a concern, if you have a care, if you're in a crisis, just call us. I answer the phone whenever I can, but we also have a service that picks up and will let you record your message, and then I get back to you ASAP. Again, that toll-free number is 1-877-552-4950. Please use it. Do not be afraid. Anything you ask me will be kept confidential, and we'll have that great conversation and help you maybe shift some of your energy from being so worried and concerned to feeling lighter and happier and actually more positive, so that when you do have that conversation with someone in your life, whether it's yourself or somebody else, it's in a lighter way. It's in a more accepting and approachable way. So some other events that I just want to highlight a few. One is Tiba Snow. Tiba Snow is an extraordinary woman who helps people understand dementia. If you live with someone or you know of someone in your life who has dementia, you definitely want to go to this free seminar. It's in on the pond, which is in Clearwater, and it's sponsored by Senior Helpers, who has really integrated Tina Snow's philosophy into their company. So they all are in alignment with Tina Snow, and it's positive approach to brain change. And again, that's on Friday, April 11th, 2014 at 9 a.m. at Inn on the Pond in Clearwater, Florida. Please RSVP to 727-302-3710. And there will be some light refreshments served as well. But talking about someone who really can take dementia and making it funny for the caregiver, Tina Snow is your way to go. So I'm going to tell you that. Also, the Alzheimer's Association is having a caregiver education series with care minders here in the Clearwater area. And their next one is on Thursday, April 10th at 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. in communications and managing challenging behaviors. And sometimes that happens in the caregiving role where you've got your loved one who's now challenging you, but also having some behaviors that are challenging everyone. And how do you handle that? And how do you manage that? And how do you also take care of yourself? That's by Carla Linding, who's the program specialist at the Alzheimer's Association. Again, that is on April 10th from 2 to 3:30. They're doing a whole series, so every Thursday for the next few weeks. That's all listed on our website, thecaregiverhour.com. And again, there's so much more. So let's get back to Linda for a moment as we just kind of round out this last session today. And I do want to also mention that, Linda is a wonderful support group caregiver, a leader in support groups, but also an advocate. So, Linda, why don't we maybe a tip for our caregivers who maybe are having a little difficult time this moment?
I just want to say, first of all, that laughter goes hand in hand with love. And there'll be many times that a caregiver is like, I have nothing to laugh about. I don't feel like laughing. Find something, because your body cannot tell the difference between a real laugh and a fake laugh. Mm-hmm. And most of the times when you start with a fake laugh, it turns into a real laugh. Yes. And if you need a little encouragement, go to the internet. There's stuff all over the internet. How many people get jokes every single day emailed to them? People need those laughs.
Yes, that's a great idea.
Just remember, you may not feel like laughing at that moment. Fake it.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
And Joy, let's come back to you for a moment, Miss Ting. Tell us, you have some secrets up your sleeves of how to bring humor into our lives.
Sometimes when we go in and visit a person, it's not them that wants to be the center of attention. Sometimes it's nice for that person to have the caregiver be the center of attention. So when I sense that in a room, I will put on, and I'll got my stethoscope, and I'll put it on, and I'll place it up to the caregiver's heart and ask, can we listen to your heart to see what's going on? Oh, no. Are you having a rough day? You're thinking about it? Oh, come on. Just give me a big smile and I can turn it around.
Yay!
And that takes the focus off the patient and puts it a little bit on the caregiver, and it entertains the patient for a little while. And then I'll ask them, have you been outside? Have you had the chance to watch the flowers bloom yet? Like you had said earlier,
yes.
Kim, that is how the earth smiles.
Yes.
And I will ask them, think good, happy thoughts. Oh, come on, you can do it. You can do it. Look what you've done. And just getting them to smile.
I know.
It can really make the difference.
Right, and the timing has to be so perfect. And I'm sure, Joy, you have that gift of knowing exactly when to do that. I wanted to really, I really want you as a caregiver to really take everything that we've talked about today. If you tuned in late, I want you to know that we have podcasts that you can listen to 24/7 on iHeartRadio, certainly on our website. But also you can come and watch us. It's so much fun to see us in person and how we interact, and the energy just becomes more intensified. So even if you are listening, you want to go back and watch the show, and that's all on our website. There's all archives that show There's several different ways for you to get to us, and we would love for you to have that, because this show really is such a visual now to help the caregivers know that we are real people. We just have a great time together, and this is really a great time for you to take care of yourself. So, Joy, I understand that you recently were at a conference in New York City at the World Clown Association annual convention. How did that go?
Oh, my goodness. We had so much fun. Those that were carrying clowns, because at the World Clown Association, they're not all carrying clowns. They're clowns that care. Yes. But they're more the entertaining clowns as well. And I was privileged to go to Bellevue Hospital. I went up to the Peds psych ward and got to clown up there. And then I got to go to Goldman Kohler Hospital, which is on Roosevelt Island. And then we got to go to Elmhurst Hospital, which is in Manhattan, I believe. Queens. It is in Queens. And there, the mayor proclaimed it National Clown Day for the city of New York, and presented us with an award, which was wonderful. Nice. It was so much fun.
That's terrific. So as we, I'm going to let you close today, because I think you've got a little trick up your sleeve. But I just want to let everyone know that this segment is being sponsored by St. Joseph's John Knox Village of Tampa Bay, Tampa's experts in aging and senior housing. And if you're someone who's looking for independent assisted or even rehab and memory care, you want to check out John Knox Village. I've been there, and I saw the residents were so happy. So again, that's all on our website. There you can get to their link and call and make an appointment ASAP. So, Joy, I'm going to let you finish out. I'm Kim Linder. You're listening to the Caregiver Hour on 1250 WINS WHNZ. And Joy, why don't you finish up the show today?
When you smile, and smiles are contagious, when you smile, you can take a regular, ordinary day, and just by your smile or your laughter, you can turn it around, not only for you, but for those around you. So just remember that. Keep it going.
Keep it going, and share the laughter, and take care of yourself. That's really our message for you. We want you to take care of yourself so that you can take care of others. And whether you're a caregiver today or tomorrow, we are always here for you 24/7. Our helpline again is 1-877-552-4950. And we wish you a beautiful day here in the Tampa Bay area, or wherever you are. Just put a smile on your face, and that'll be contagious, and someone will smile back at you. I promise you. Have a beautiful day. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.